Okay. I'd say this is probably the most prepared I've ever been. I'm all set to go today, baby. It's locked in mode. Today is my day. I got the thumbnail ready. I got latency good. We got World Tournament ready to go. It's a good day, right? I got my breakfast taken care of. It's cold for February. It actually feels like a nice day out. We got a little Discord voice overlay going in case anybody wants to join on the side. And it'll be like, yo, what's good? You gotta let them know I'm live in the first place. And all kinds of other fun stuff. But it's a beautiful Saturday. And what better way to spend a Saturday than to go live with World Tournament, right? This mode is just like really the epitome of what's fun about Dokkan, right? Like all I could think about when I'm playing World Tournament is just like getting lit, right? Like just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So, you know, we're gaming, we're having a good time. We got 4 some hours of background music going. We're ready to go. It's what I like to call a fun time, right? So whoever is around is around. Feel free to say hello when you do join. But we're gonna get there today. Today is the day. I gotta do 44 wins. I'm not gonna count it down every time, but that is where we're at this point. So if you do decide to say hello, hey, how you going? I get my jollies. I don't know what that means. It's how I get my jollies. By playing World Tournament? Yeah, of course. So if you were here yesterday, we did the initial 30. And now we've got to do, I don't know, 40 something more. So 200 wins is where I'm going to really consider, like, I think I might be done. But honestly, I don't know yet because I want to secure. It's like part of me wants to do top 500, but the other part of me is just like top 1,000 is probably good enough. But like, I'm not sure. All right. Okay, yeah. All right. It's time to lock in. This is what it's time to do. We're gonna have a good time here. What I do know is we're slacking a little bit. I had to do all the setup to make a new... I decided to make a new overlay. I had to make a thumbnail, and then I was gonna do new text, but I decided no thanks. But I think I've all but locked up one of the special titles for this World Tournament, so I think I'm good on that end, but that's still not enough. I haven't looked in a while to see where number 2 local is. I would aim to get all the if you're playing a JP World Tournament, my advice would be to get the copy of LR Piccolo and then stop. Unless you really care. I'm just kind of being OD because I felt like it, but as I was doing the missions, I'm like, you know what? Let's just see how far I can go, right? This is probably the most points I've ever scored in a World Tournament before. And it's not even close to what the number 1 guys do. It's just, we got so much going on. So, it is what it is though. We shall see. Maybe what I'll do while we're here. This is all the beginning of the stream type of setups, right? Hey, what's going on, Broseph? Getting him is the goal, and I'm hoping I can get enough coins to easy A him. From what I understand, you have to finish pretty high local to get the coins to do it in one tournament. So, worst case scenario, you just wait till the second tournament. But, like, I had the discussion with Minato, like, in the DMs yesterday, and I was like, them doing a world tournament at a time like this where I've already played the game a whole lot because of Annie is just so evil. It's like, you know, I was kind of looking forward to, like a chill out portion after I'd link leveled the GT duo, and then it was like, nope, here's a world tournament, and it's like, oh, great. So, like, because I was like, all right, I've done a lot of link leveling. Like, my power levels went up like 400, 500,000 this Annie. So I was like, okay, I can kind of just chill out now, take it easy, and it's like, no, now we gotta do a world tournament, so there you go. But the end goal for this stream is to get to 200 wins, so however long that takes is however long it takes. I'm not putting like a hard cap on myself last time where I'm like, this stream won't end, but like if I reach a point where I can't do it anymore, we'll just tap out. that's it, right? But I don't see 43 wins being that hard, or whatever I'm at this point, right? Like I said, we just have to see like where I'm at when I hit 200 wins, right? Because there's a good chance I'll have to play again tomorrow morning to make sure I stay where I'm at. Because, like, realistically, by the time I'm at, like, 200 wins, I'll probably be in, like, the top 300 or so. And then it's like, then how long can I put it down and not fall out of where I want to be? Like, top 1,000 is 100% my goal. Like, if I fall out of top 500, boo-hoo, but, like, I gotta finish top 1,000. I've yet to lose one, knock on wood. But it is a beautiful, beautiful weekend. That's for sure, for sure. Any weekend where there's World Tournament, it's always going to be a good day, right? You're like, you wake up and you're like, oh yeah, World Tournament's still going, baby. The beauty of it, the way they do it on JP, though, is that it ends at a good time, right? It ends Sunday morning, so I don't have to play it on Sunday either. Like, football Sunday and World Tournament is the worst, because, like, I'm trying to watch Red Zone for fantasy football and all this other stuff, and at the same time, I've got, like, this World Tournament going on, and I can't really take my phone off of Dokkan, right? I told my one buddy that I was texting, I'm like, listen, if you want to, like, if you have, like, something you need to talk about, like, you got to call me, bro. I can't, like, take the phone off of this. Like, I didn't explain it, but I'm like, whatever I'm doing, like, I can't text today. Like, I'm busy. So it was like one of those situations, right? This guy, this Piccolo, by the way, is a World Tournament demon, if you guys didn't know. He, I'm pretty sure, like, against multiple enemies, he has guaranteed crits, because I haven't seen him not crit once. And, like, I've just been running him as a friend support, rather than Broly. But the problem with my Broly is he is, 55%, so he's not as good. Fun fact about that Broly, I bought him with purple stones during, the Namek celebration. Those purple stones are so valuable. Sucks I haven't been able to get them for Andy, because I'd probably just buy a copy of an LR I didn't have. Because, like, I still need LR Baby for some reason. Like, he just hasn't come home. And after the stream yesterday morning, I couldn't help it. I did a multi, and I ended up getting a copy of Merge Zamasu, so now he's at 79%, and a Goku and Frieza. And so Goku and Frieza are now rainbowed, and Zamasu is at the gold slot, so. Honestly, like, they don't even need to get rid of the board for World Tournament. Like, if they could just get rid of prelims, that'd be, like, more than enough. You know, like, because this part isn't that bad. No, Brian. So here's what happened, right? With tickets, I did the multis on the Goku banner, and I think I got a copy of Merge Zamasu, so I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then I had like 80 stones, so I did a multi on the Goku banner and didn't get anything. And then I was like, why not? I'll throw a single at the Goku banner, and messed up and accidentally did it on the Gohan banner because that was the one at the top. And then I pulled that Gohan on a single. So I have the Gohan, and it was like, okay, whatever. Like, I guess I have him now. I think both of the LRs are very impressive. But like, at this point, I'm just trying to finish up my Carnival coins. So like after one more rotation, I'll have enough to buy a Carnival LR. And then it's just a matter of, do I want to buy a copy of Carnival Bird Coup, or do I just want to hold on to it and wait for a Carnival LR that I have or I don't have, right? Because like, now that I've kind of shifted to a more like non-paying player, like I buy sales sometimes, but not that often. I try and be a little bit more responsible with my coins, right? Like buying dupes really isn't my thing anymore. So like with red coins, I'm probably going to get Piccolo whenever he comes back, because I ended up not getting him because I split stones between banners. Rookie mistake on my part. Whoops. So yeah, we're 1 for 2. Let's go ahead and accept these stones. Two stones at this stage? Oh, I don't care about that. I'm a single coper, so don't worry about it. I don't really it's whatever. Doing singles on 3+1 is reckless as hell though. I literally had like 36 stones and I was like, let me just do a single real quick, because top grossing I would still have a multi anyway. So I was like, whatever, let's just throw one at it. You see, this Piccolo doesn't even really need links, and he's still doing just fine. So it's like, to keep my team cost high, I've been running one as a support rather than on the team. Just loading up the team with LRs and then doing this. And that is the drill for the next few hours, I assume. I'm expecting this one to go for like 4 or 5 hours, probably, at the bare minimum. So we'll see. Elimination Chamber is at 8 o'clock EST, though, so if it runs past that, I can't go past that, because I'm definitely watching that. But 8.5 hours, like, I don't think it's going to take 8.5 hours to do, you know, what is it, like 40 tournaments? Probably not. It's like if I really just lock in and focus on doing the tournaments and not like, you know, go back and forth between apps and stuff like that, I'll definitely get it done. Like if I really lock in. So like, how long is each tournament taking us, right? Like 8 to 9 minutes probably. Probably less than that, honestly. And there you go, Piccolo one-shotting the finals. Yeah, I mean, this guy, not that that's really like impressive, but like, for a TUR and just running them as a support like that. Yeah, so we got to do 42. I'm going to time this one from start to finish, and then we'll do the math. Because these are basically like, the consistency is pretty similar, right? All right, so the second I go into the stage, let me pull up the timer. We want a stopwatch. All right, so ready, set, go. And then we'll do the math after this. So this, whatever, it's like times 42 or something like that. These guys share Z fighters, so we get a little extra buff. This is a very shattering the limit centric team, I've noticed. Because like we have Grade 8 Vegeta who's shattering the limit, Nappa and Vegeta who are you know, whatever his name is, shattering the limit. That's the first time I've seen the 8-year LR against only the other team in a while. I've kind of been fighting the same group of people for a long time now. This was a Shattering the Limit team. I think I've kind of like messed around with it a bit, but at one point it was. And then here's another strategy. I've been using this grade 8 Vegeta a little bit just to get some mileage on him. Because I was getting low on Chi Lai, so I had to take Majin Vegeta off the team. So I was like, all right, well, we'll just go grade 8 Vegeta instead. But Majin Vegeta wasn't a bad linking partner for the Brolys, so it's kind of unfortunate we had to take him off the team, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, it depends on what, like, kind of setup you're doing, too, because it's like, the way it works is you are going to, like, the opponents you get put up against are, like, ones with similar team cost. So, like, oh, hold on. So, like, if you, what's the word? If this freezes supers, we might be in trouble. I shouldn't put that out there, but I do have one. I did put Papa Yema. Okay, yeah, we're good. But, so, like, say you have some TURs on your team, or, like, you just are kind of running, like, a wonky team, you're just going to be running against people that are also running wonky teams, but for the most part, every opponent that I see in here is just running a meta team like this, where it's just all LRs. Because that's, like, kind of the popular strategy now. It's sort of a monkey see, monkey do type of thing, where it was, like, I think, you know, the YouTubers posted videos talking about how, like, the strategy that the top-ranked players are using is, like, all the LRs, and now everyone kind of does it. But, like, there's still a ton of people that do, like, the Jocko Chaozu method, which is definitely responsible. But I have some items to spare, so we might as well just do it where we're getting a lot of points like this. And in this World Tournament, we're getting a lot of bonus chances. Like, I've seen so many. Like, almost every run I get one. Almost every run. My ushers are going to be a little bit depleted after this, though, not going to lie. I might have to start paying attention to the Baba Shop every day or every 30 minutes or whatever. Like, I've been ripping through ushers. Hey, how's it going, Ashish? Same drill as yesterday. Except we're probably going to be going a lot longer because I got to do 40 wins or whatever it may be. But I'm looking forward to not having to use a lot of these units again for a while. I've about seen my limit of these super attack animations for sure. There you go. Like, it just depends on how hard you're gonna go afterwards, but I would say just spend every stone that you can get during this anniversary and then reevaluate afterwards if you want to keep playing or not. Because we're just in, like, the hot JP season, right? Like, we're just, everyone's making a new JP account or playing on the Japanese version, and we'll see come Saiyan Day how many are left. I think last year was definitely a better anniversary to get started on, though. Just because, like, the banners were a little bit better for, like, the teams, and the leader skills of the new units were so much better. Because, like, the Majin Buu Saga LR's leader skill is so bad. So, we're either going to 200 wins, or we're going until I'm out of stones. Yeah. And we'll see. I mean, it's definitely a good time to play, or a better time than ever to get into JP, like, in terms of, like, during the year. Ah, come on. Change the whole board. There we go. Yeah, and Legends has been pretty busy. I mean, we went, like, basically right out of Festival into the 70 million user celebration, so So far, I've done one step on that Revival Goku banner, but I can't. I'm too busy with Dokkan right now to be like worrying about that. It's like maybe if the Revival UI Goku was like the best unit in the game, I'd be like, I need it. But like people are saying even the 1% sparking is better, so it's like I don't know. All right, so that took 6 minutes. So if we do 6 minutes times what? So 6 times 44, or what are we at now? How many do we need? Oh, no, we need 41. So 6 times 41, that's 246. So 4 hours. I think my math is right on that. Because 60 times 40 is it's 240, so. Or 6 times 40. And then that extra 6, right? Quick maths. Yeah, so we'll be live for probably about 4 hours. That's really not that bad. For World Tournament, like, at this point, I'm not batting an eye at that. Yeah, do you not see the title, buddy? This is pushing for 200 wins. Your boy's going hard. I devoted myself to getting like one of the better titles for this World Tournament. And I'm just kind of bullying the local rank that I'm in. It's like, I'm going to make absolutely sure when I go to bed, I'm not losing that #1 rank. Local. Because I saw someone was creeping. Well, not creeping, but like, when I went to bed last night, I had 100, like, so I stopped yesterday at 100 wins. Like, that was my cutoff point. I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. And then the next closest guy to me had like 20 million or like 29 million points or something like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. And I woke up this morning and then someone had like 60 mil. I'm like, all right, someone's trying to catch up. So I just got to like bully him and be like, all right, yeah, it's not happening, pal. Yeah. You see, I'm on iPhone. We don't have those auto clickers. I do it the man's way. Everybody gangsta till they can't use an auto clicker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll all be worth it when the exams are over, though. It's all good. Okay, I quickly got to put these drinks that I bought in the fridge. Take me all of 5 seconds here. Okay. You see, the beauty of this apartment is the fridge is very close to the computer. This is basically like a dorm room, but it's an apartment. Like, that's the setup I'm in right now. How'd I come up with my channel name? Vilify was a Twitter handle that I made years ago. Really not much to it. It was like, one of those like, Xbox names or whatever, where it was like a misspelling, but it kind of like worked. And it's easy to read, I think. But coming up with names like period for like gamer tags or, Twitter handles, that's like you're almost like never gonna like it, but you just gotta hope it sticks, right? Because only so many... Favorite moment in Arc of Bleach? Good question. You're putting me on the spot here. How about let me do it this way, because that's just such a tough question to answer. Of the first core of the Thousand Year Blood War, like what we just saw animated, it would probably be Ichigo's enlightenment at like the very last episode, or the Ichigo versus Yuha Bak round 1. sequence, like him showing up to the Soul Society and then, you know, Byakuya's speech. I thought the Yuha Bak and Yamamoto fight was extremely well done. The Kenpachi versus Unohana fight. Even like the introduction to the Quincy, right, with like Quilji and all them, like that was a really cool. Like they just, I feel like everything in that was really good. But overall, that's just such a tough question to answer. If it was a longer fight, probably Ichigo versus Aizen. But just that fight is so short, and the ending is so not satisfying to that fight. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's not my favorite moment, but like that, I personally prefer like when he shows up and then just like palms Aizen into the ground, where he's like, you know, like, let's move, I don't want to fight here, and then that, I prefer that to the actual like the Mugetsu itself, low key, because it was like, all right, he's not playing around. Like, and just like up to that point, Aizen had been like invincible, right? Like no one had been able to do anything to him. And then just like boom. It's such a tease though, knowing that we're not like, it's really gonna take us to like 2025 to get to the end of like animated Bleach stuff, and that is tough, right? Like it's just like, oh my god, we really got to do like, you know, 2-3 more years of this. Like even wait until the summer. Like it just like snuck. I'm pouring water by the way, but like it hello? Hold on, I'm getting a knock. I'm getting a knock on my door. 1 second, guys. I somehow lost my headset. Oh, okay, I found it. All right. All hell's breaking loose, but I think we're good now. Because that's just, he didn't have it at that point. His power had well evolved after that. Like, he had the full bring going and all that. Like, it's not like he could just, like, go back into that. Like, that was, like, him essentially going to, like, the time chamber in Dragon Ball, right? That's why his hair was so long and he had grown a bit. Yeah, I think they did a really good job, Brian. Like, you know, they set the bar high and they delivered. Like, there was a lot of promises made talking about how good this was going to be, and really, like, the animation quality is there. It's tough to say. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to get into too heavy spoilers territory. I know that the manga's old, but you never know who's anime only. But like, you know, and like without any like specific details, right? Like the end of series is a time skip, so it's like it's tough to say, right? Has he stopped training as much? Like, who knows? It could be like a Gohan situation where he peaked and now he's just chilling or whatever, but who knows? I think there's stuff in like expanded novels and all that, but If that's the case, then there you go. Kubo managed to do it twice with like the main antagonist, right? Where it was like Aizen was like so broken they just had to write like some sort of like convenient way to get rid of him, right? It's just like, oh, this power made him weak enough to be sealed, and then he also subconsciously wanted to lose that fight, or something like that, right? Like, and it's the same thing with Yuha, right? Like, it took all the kind of the plot points that they like. There's so many things that needed to happen for him to lose, right? Like, so-and-so had to do this, a certain thing had to be done so he couldn't use that, and, you know, I'm being very vague on purpose. Well, if you... well, there was a reason for it. It ended up being very convenient, right? Like... It's also like he felt he didn't need it, right? Like his powers were like evolving at such an accelerated rate in that fight. He's like, why would I need this when like I'm becoming this new being that no longer? Because like he even like, and he fuses with his Zanpakuto like in that bit too, right? Where he like, I remember like there's a line where he's like, I guess like the Hogyoku deemed I no longer need a Zanpakuto, right? Because he fuses with it. Because overconfidence, like, and because like if you know, if the villain just completely stomps out the main character and just like eliminates like any chance of them to redeem themselves, it's just like, well, then we don't have a plot. You know, it's like, why do these Dragon Ball villains let our favorite Saiyans transform when they don't like, when that could be the reason that they die, right? Number one rule of anime or something, I don't know. Golden Week, impossible to tell, man. Depends on what we get for Saiyan Day. So, I'm tripping. What am I doing? There we go. Saiyan Day, I'm just gonna go safe and say it's gonna be Battle of Gods. I could easily see them doing a Tournament of Power celebration, though. Any buff for Kaioken Goku is good. Let that EZA be like one of the best units in the game while he's still good. Like, don't wait 2 years when he's already power crept again, like they did with Int Bojack. It was like they give Int Bojack his EZA, but his best linking partner is already basically unrunnable. Like, let's let this UI go, or this kind of, I'll get it. This blue Kaioken Goku be like as busted as possible, but I don't know. It's a risky game with him. Like, that attack is really dangerous. Like, I hate that I only have one dupe in that Kaioken Goku, so I don't really get to see him at like his best. I mean, that's just like canceling revive is like I don't really know if you can do that. Cause like they sell unit like revivals as like a new like gimmick for units, right? It's like active skills, right? Like the blast, it can be nullified, but like they can't just like they can't just take away the active skill. Like they can make it ineffective, but they can't just like get rid of your ability to do it. I mean, in theory they could, but I don't know. It's a slippery slope when you do that. They did say that. I don't. Where do they say that during like the any stream? Sixth anniversary. Who knows? It's been 2 years and they haven't done that yet. So again, I think that's a slippery slope. It's like the boss that you described just like doesn't sound like a fun like challenge. It just sounds stupid. Like not like what you said is bad. It's just like that core mechanic. It's like, well, this is just like you can't dodge, you don't have revives, and like you basically like can't like a very like few units can even think about tanking that, right? Yeah, we just got baited with that though. Like it got people talking. It did what it was supposed to do. We really were out here saying it was going to be like a Demon King Piccolo for anniversary because of that. Their anniversary, like you just got to think about it. Their anniversary formula is extremely safe, especially for part one. Like, yeah, I don't know. That whole like thing was like that was funny, but it was also kind of sucked that they were just like completely like, yeah, no, you guys are like no pity, like you have coins, like that sucked. It just shows that they're not like, you know, maybe not that they're out of touch, but it shows that they like are complacent with the system that isn't good. Because we are like, you know, this game is like it's 8 years old now, right? And the modern gacha system has kind of updated with years, like as years have gone on, right? Just like with a pity system, like if you play like, I know there's some people in here that are talking about like they play 5 or 6 gachas. I bet you 3 or 4 of them have a pity system. And like you've seen, if you're an avid truth watcher, you've seen the summons that he's went through. You know, like a banner unit taking like 10,000 stones. It's a very simple system. Legends has it down, I think, pretty well. It's a lot, but like, you know, you're gonna go to 50 coins, then you can get a unit. Like, simple stuff, right? I don't see the harm in adding a limited banner currency to get one, like the banner unit of the new unit. Yeah, the problem with that though is like they want you to stay on the game and continue to play it a lot, and there's not like outside of like farming Dokkan events and easy A's and doing link levels, there's not many things that keep people on this game outside of just logging in, doing your dailies, and getting off, right? So it's like during a big celebration, they want to be able to say they have a ton of people playing it. So it's like, oh, here we go. You got to go play this event 15 times. Just World Tournament isn't that common. Like there's really like, you know, as much as World Tournament sucks, it's not like we have one once a month, right? There's like 3 or 4 a year. Like well, maybe a little bit more than that, because think about it. We're into 8 years and we have 48 or 40. This is the 46th one, so under like 6 a year. So, you know, you just basic math. It's like, you know, once every few months. And really, over the course of 3 days, like, you can play it very casually and get everything you need, right? Like, what you're watching me do is 100% an extreme. Like, you do not need to do this much World Tournament. Yeah, no, exactly, Brian. If they're going to continue to top gross and, like, they can... Like, they know that they can do any theme that they want, even if it's not, like, deemed the most hype thing ever. And if the sales are good, it's going to top gross, right? Like, they just copied and pasted the part 1 sales and openings top grossed. So, yeah, like, of course. Why change a winning formula, right? It makes complete sense, it just sucks. It's like a double-edged sword, you know? You get those top grossing stones, but it also shows that they can just kind of do what they want. It'll work. Yeah. Well, the two, so on both versions, that usually happens almost every time during Annie, right? The part 2 top grossing isn't a guarantee, but it can happen, right? And just with the sales being so good for part 2, and I guess just people have a lot of money laying around right now, so it's like, and on iOS, stones are cheaper on the if you're overseas, like, you know, you're in like America or something like that. Like, yeah, I doubt they're gonna do that, but it's possible. Because the way they were reviewing Beast Gohan was like as part of a limited time celebration for Superhero, right? Like, I mean, hell, they even busted out all the stops, right? They did, like, custom summon animations for it. So it'll be interesting to see if they do Superhero outside of dedicated Superhero celebrations. Yeah, a pity system for me wouldn't really be, like, for me it wouldn't matter, because I would really never summon to pity, so it's whatever. And I mean, it does make a lot of sense why they don't put like the initial, you know, the copies never in the store right away, right? Because they would just let's just use an example, right? We'll just do it real quick because I don't want to waste a lot of time. Like let's just go over here, right? Like imagine the new units were just like right here or like right here. Like I could just buy the Carnival Goku I don't have. Like they would lose so much money if like I could just do this. Like, you know what I mean? It's, I'm in an interesting dilemma, because you guys can see I need 40 more of these for, like, essentially this guy, basically. But then I also only need 60 for this guy. Like, it's... That's so much easier said than done, though. Like, the hype gets you at least 4 or 5 times a year, right? Like, where even when you want to save, you just buy into the hype. It's very hard to save stones in this game. They always get you. Because, I mean, the FOMO's a thing. Like... You don't want to be that one guy sitting around while everybody's running around with their LR Gogeta, right? Or, like, you know, their TUR Gogeta or whatever, and you're trying to be responsible, but... You're seeing all these people post they're getting them on first multis, the Zenos, someone pulling them on a single. You're like, I can do that. And then before you know it, you're 450 deep on the banner and you don't have anything to show for it. There will be a time when you won't. You won't be super lucky. Any of you guys watch The Walking Dead? You ever seen the thing where Rick's talking to the doctor? He's like, I'm grateful. And then the doctor tells him, the day will come where you won't be. A summon shaft is inevitable, unfortunately. You just gotta know how to take it on the chin. You gotta adapt, learn how to work with what you got. It was very rough seeing what Piccolo, the orange Piccolo, was doing and not being able to get him, even though I tried and bought stones and everything. Like, it was rough, but, you know, it is what it is. I think I managed to get, like, 2 copies of Kid Buu, so that was pretty cool. I forget what else I got. Like, I don't even know. A whole lot of nothing, really. No Beast Gohan or no Piccolo. That's all I know. But I also made the mistake of summoning on both the banners rather than targeting one unit. That's why Dual Dokkan Fest can kind of be a disaster, right? Really what you got to do is pick one of the units and target, right? And just keep going until you get that one and then switch. It's just a lot of extra data, just like that's not worth tracking. Okay, so you see the title this guy has? I think that's the one I'm going to be getting for this celebration. How does summon work? It's just, you know, it's a random number generator system. I think it's like, I don't, it's, does anybody truly know how it works, right? It's like, well, no, it's a probability thing, right? Once you press the button, it's predetermined, but you're just playing a slot machine, right? Like, you're literally just like, it's like percentages on each slot, right? So if you don't know, so you know how we have guaranteed SSRs in every multi, right? That 10th slot, you have a 95% chance of it being an unfeatured unit, right? And then just think about it. So whatever, like whatever the rate is on the banner, like if you play Legends, just use this as an example, right? That Roshi has a 1% chance of you pulling them. Every multi you do. Unless the rates are buffed on a step like an Ultra Banner where it's double rates, quote unquote. But it just means the probability is doubled, right? Because like I think what is isn't it like 0.25 or something for Ultras? So on that one step it's 0.5. Whatever system it is for a casino, basically, is what's going on here. You press the summon button and a whole bunch of things roll, and whatever you get is whatever you get. Well, yeah, that's what the data download is. Like, just putting all the assets into your game. Yeah, the unit is that unique key. Like, I think every slot is like randomly rolled, right? And it lands on a certain ID of a card or a unit. And every slot has a certain so every slot has like a probability, so it's like every I think now I'm kind of putting it together here, but like every slot has that probability, right? Like Goresh has like a good thing. He doesn't like explain it, but like he complains about it for like 30 minutes in his hero summons usually. Because like the heroes banner is always like a funny thing to watch because if you know anything about the heroes banners, it's like they're guaranteed featured, right? And then you having a chance of pulling that unfeatured what is it like? I think it's like I forget what the rate is. It's like 3% divided by 31 or something like that. It's like 70-30, and then you divide that among like the 31 unfeatured or something. It's a mess. So, like, it's very hard to pull, like, especially on a Heroes banner, it's extremely hard to pull the same unfeatured SSRs because it's such a small pool. But that's why, like, when you watch your favorite content creators summon and they get really upset when they pull the same, like, unfeatured. So, like, imagine, you know, you do 1,000 stones and you pull 5 STR topos, right? and then you only pull one of the new unit. It's so frustrating because Topo has like an infinitely smaller fraction of a chance of being pulled than the new unit does. And when you pull like multiple of them, that's why it's so frustrating, because their rate is so much lower. There's a good chance it is. Very good chance. They got to challenge us eventually, right? Like, I don't think I've struggled like one time during this anniversary on like content. Like the Nova Shenron was like kind of hard for like 10 minutes, and I was like, oh, we can lower his attack? Okay, never mind. I'll go get the cooler team out, do 5 supers, and 4 of them are attack lowering. Then you get the other STR cooler out, and he does a double super, and that's 6 attack lowerings right there on one turn. We already have like the information on that stage, so I'm pretty sure it's like a Sin Shenron into a Mega, and then after that, he just like changes typings or something like that. I forget. I know it's on Twitter somewhere. Like, we already know what that fight is. We just don't know like the specifics. If anybody's watching Playing World Tournament, let me know how it's going for you guys. You guys can see we are really banging this out. We're 160 something wins going, so we got a ways to go, but yeah, the Z Duo is a very like frustrating unit sometimes. They're a prime example of why you need a defensive gimmick and numbers are not enough. Because these bosses just hit so hard these days that it's like you just absolutely need like damage reduction, you need guard, you need dodge chance. And it's not like you don't just get that standby like mode for free, right? Like you got to get under an HP threshold, you got to do a certain amount of turns. It's not like you're just getting that consistently. Because like they're defensively, like they're a god when you get the standby going, but like it's not that easy. Why would the crit chance need to carry over to the standby mode though? Like, are you talking about like when they do the attack? Because like, you know, they can't attack when they're in it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know though. That'd be pretty nasty. Like, that'd be a lot. Like, that would be a really, really damaging attack. Like, I don't know how many bosses could survive that. Why did I do that? That was a waste of an usher. Muscle memory's really getting me right now. I think like one of the ways to get through this world tournament is just to act like you haven't done 150 already. You just got to pretend like you're like, okay, you know, this is my first like few runs here. You just got to keep that mindset going, like you haven't been at it all weekend, and you just kind of keep going, keep on keeping on. Like, don't even look at the numbers. Well, you know, one of the units has to be better. That's just how they do it. Getting those 3 additional stones back when we from the login bonus here at an hour and a half is going to be lit. There we go, Piccolo. Stun on him real quick. Show him who's boss. One second. Had to make sure I wasn't missing anything important. Gotta periodically check the notifications on the phone, you know, and be like, all right, let me make sure I'm not, my mom's not texting me, call me, something like that. I got some rat trying to pester me in fantasy football. Because Gamma 2 keeps dying. I can check and see real quick what team I used to beat that. I don't really remember. If I had to guess, it was probably like Power Beyond Super Saiyan / Movie Heroes. Ah, Bond and Parent and Child, yeah. These guys are like, oh, game crash. There we go. Bond and Parent and Child, that would make sense. They gotta hit us with the captcha. Hold on. Oh yeah. Think I'm a robot. Had to show him real quick. All right, now I gotta redo my filters. Whatever shall I do? All right, back at it. Back at it, back at it, back at it. Yeah, they'll 100% be on the Saiyan Day banner, so good time to scoop them up. Phenomenal, phenomenal unit. Still probably top 5. Yeah, Orange Piccolo's nasty. Yeah, that's. I just don't have him. I'll definitely be picking him up with coins if he's back on Golden Week. For me, it's like the gods team is just like, it's just so consistent, right? Just like, because movie heroes is such a versatile category right now. Like, there's so many options you can do with it. It's like, oh, do you want to run a more Power Beyond Super Saiyan focused one with Gohan and Carnival Goku and like, you know, do something like that, or with the Super Saiyan 4s, or do you want to do like more of a movie hero focused one? It's just a lot that you can do with that team. It's the same thing with Bond, Parent, Child, right? It's like, all right, how about we just combine the Goku and Vegeta family categories into one, and then there you go. I probably did like 1,000 stones. I ain't getting nothing. I have 1 copy of Pan, and then a whole bunch of other featured units. I mean, I pulled a bunch of featured, just not the new ones, right? Like, just how it goes, you know, whatever. Anniversary, I managed to pull 3 out of 4 units without spending $1, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Just solely from a content creation statement to their standpoint, it's like, if I can make content and I don't have to do the financial investment, the Goku, the Carnival one. I got Gohan on a single. That was an accident. I meant to do that Carnival, or I meant to do the single on the Goku banner, and I accidentally did it on Gohan, and he popped up. The Goku or the Gohan? Yeah, I've seen people say that. I just know people are very, very disinterested in Gohan, though. It's like people's showcases for him aren't like getting like any views. I'd say you're about par for the course if you just continue to play the game. Everyone that's playing JP is just right now is just throwing all their stones at it, so. A friend of mine's probably done something similar to that, and all they just continue to get physical GT Goku and over and over and over again. So I think they're done for now. It's a mirror match. Well, I'm not really seeing anybody calling the best unit in the game, so it is what it is, right? Still, just he's solid, right? Like, it's not gonna happen. The easy A could happen, but him being like a defensive god, I wouldn't hold your breath. He has a defensive god mechanic, but I don't think he himself will be a defensive god. Because he has like the most overpowered ability in the game. Like, the scouter mechanic is without a doubt the most overpowered thing in the game. Being able to see where the supers are is just like, you control the fight so hard. Like, case in point is Tech Caulifla in the God event. If you would just cheese his active skill and then find where the super is, throw Caulifla there you go. You can't lose. You would need to get extremely, extremely unlucky. Like, yeah, if he was tanking like physical Vegito or AGL Vegito against normals, like, what are we talking about here? Because he's already doing 2 million crits on counters. Yeah, it's just the idea that they are just gonna like completely glow him up into like a defensive god. I just don't see it happening. I mean, like, obviously, like, who would complain about that? Like, everyone would want that. I don't see it. Yeah, I rainbowed him on his initial banner. Worldwide is usually pretty nice to me. Like, Namek, Goku, and Vegito, I rainbowed on the initial banner. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine too. It's just like, I think Gohan and Cell might have set this unrealistic expectation. Because it's too easy to go into Vegito. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but they're not easy to get to. It's much easier now with Hachan, but like, let's not act like it's free. Yeah, I remember seeing like that 23 mil attack stat or whatever he was at like the first time. I'm like, oh my god, what is this? Like, you're gonna hear me pouring some water into this cup. That's what this noise is. Gotta stay hydrated. Yeah, no, exactly. That Gohan is doing like triple supers, lowering attack on bosses that can, stacking up, still has the guard. He's sick. Like, it's... They cooked for sure with that. Yeah, Vegeta was the best unit in the game at 100%. Yeah. Yeah, that's the unfortunate case with like most of these units in this game right now, though. There really aren't like a gazillion units that can like be self-sustaining in difficult content. Share my kit for an LR Vegito. Yeah, oh. I'd have to think about it. They don't need to touch his transformation condition. It's fine. He'd probably just need like a little bit of damage reduction against normals. I don't think he would get like 80%, but even if it's like 40 or 50. Maybe give him guard and base or something like that. I don't know. It's hard to think of that off the top of my head. Like, yeah, I kind of agree. I think the 7th Annie messed up expectations like really hard for like easy A's. Like 4 Dokkan Fest LR easy A's in one celebration. Like, it's gonna... I don't know if they're gonna do that this year. And a Party X is not guaranteed. Like last year, I remember them dropping Party X. It was like such a bomb. It was like, oh my god, they're really doing this? Like... Well, it's just the only thing is just because the 4 years EZA last year, and just people want to be excited about it, right? The thing is like any excuse to do it, then there you go, right? Like... Oh, it's like, oh, there's Goku and Vegeta. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, easy AM, please. Go ahead. Thank you. I don't really care about correlation. Yeah, we'll see. I'm just saying, like a Party X is a 100% not guaranteed. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's probably likely, but counting the chickens before they hatch is dangerous. Leaves room to be disappointed. Yeah, I don't really... I mean, for missions and, like, Stone's sake, sure, but, like, who cares? They have, like, free-to-play characters, like, especially, like, new ones, just, like... I don't remember the last time one just blew me away. I guess Yamcha is pretty good. The Pat the Power one. And don't say Piccolo, because he's old. he got an easy A. Like, I'm talking about just, like, them dropping the... them dropping new free-to-play units has been like, they've just been wah like for a really long time. Like I don't think one unit in the 7th anniversary for the free-to-play was usable. Definitely, like, I guess Goku and Chi-Chi were okay, but like Vegeta and Bulma were unusable, and I don't think I've ever used that Goku or Goten Gohan Trunks unit like one time in my life. Outside of link leveling, like... And it's like the 6th inning, we had some solid free to play units, right? Like support on the best team in the game at the time with U7, and Master Roshi is still like unironically usable in some forms of content because of his revive condition. Like he's not like amazing or stellar, but he can stun, he can seal, he can revive, he has dodge chance. He's a really good free to play unit and supports. That is a solid kit for a free to play unit. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. It's about staying locked in mentally. Not thinking about how many you have left. It's just about thinking about winning each fight individually. And then before you know it, you're at where you want to be. If I start counting how many tournaments I got left, I'll go crazy, right? Like I just gotta keep banging them out. And then before you know it, I'll be at 200. And then I'll be like, do I want to continue? I mean, not on the stream, but like off the stream. Because 200's the goal. Yeah, it's like they went with the weird approach where it was like, we only see this much in the anime or in the movie, so I guess we're just going to do it like that. So who knows? It is what it is, though. It just leaves the door open to get another one. Well, it was definitely a fumble, though. Like, don't get my words twisted. But, like, if you always just think about it negatively, it's not healthy, right? We're, coming up on 2 months removed from that debacle, so it is what it is. This is such a good mode, isn't it? Yeah, so what are we at? We're 34 to go. I'll count one time just to get an idea. Honestly, the only thing I'm concerned about is, am I going to have enough like items to get through this? Or am I going to have to like redo the strategy? Because like if I run out of Ghost Ushers, I do have to like pivot. I got to go over to the Jocko Chaozu strat. And I really don't want to do that. I guess I would just have to look at the math, right? So we have to do 34 tournaments, and at the max, I can use 5 per tournament. So 34 times 5, that's 170? I have 222. I would have enough if I used every single one and every... Yeah, okay, we're good. So I will have enough ushers to get to 200 wins, assuming I use one in every single fight for the rest of the tournament. Like, I would have enough. And like right here, yeah, you see, you don't mess around with Krillin because if he does a super, it's an AoE. Yeah, that's how these gacha games get you. It's like they're trying to the summons are made like scientifically to get as much dopamine out of you as possible. That's how like the sports pack openings are the same way, right? Like the pack animations have gotten better over the years because of just that, right? Like they're trying to keep you addicted. That's the point. It's predatory. It's Why do you think there's daily logins in every gacha? To get you back in every day, to create a habit of addiction, or like a pattern, right? Becomes part of your daily routine. Yeah, that King Kai event's cracked. I think I finished up Chilai with that. Because she was stuck at like one link for a really long time, and I just took her off the link leveling team and moved to like putting her in the Roshi event and whatnot. I think it's too broken for that. I think what they have is fine. Be too easy. 3 times a week for like essentially like, you know, free, sometimes like 10,000 power level. Fine. Lets you just finish up some units that maybe you can't. Yeah. There you go. See, like. Yep. I think we're getting pretty close on those rewards too for like the social media campaign or whatever that is. Like we're getting close. I know that the bar's almost full. Who knows? Oh, the link level key thing is not going anywhere. How many they give out is TBD, but I don't think that standard is changing anytime soon. Like, this is the first Andy we've had for them to give it out, because that came during the summer of 22, so this is the first time they've been able to do it, really. So, like, first opportunity they really got to give them out for free, they did, basically, so there you go. Yeah, I think I have 0 because with the missions for doing it, I was able to get like a run in. So let me just do this in case Broly doesn't finish the job. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so 2 free runs plus the King Kai event. Like, you're getting plenty of link levels. Like, it's good. Anything to keep you out of just doing quest over and over and over is good. Let me put out a tweet that we're going live. We're live here. Yeah, eventually we'll get it. They've been planting the seeds for longer form content for a while now. There's a lot of units in the game that just, like, you know, need to build up. Like a unit like Goku and Piccolo, the physical one, they need to build up. Because Piccolo stacks really quick, but he just dies way too quick, like way too fast. Like, you just don't, like, he just does not have the defense to be able to build up, like, at all on that initial turn when you switch. Like, it's bad. Yeah, long form content's fun. Just dying turn 2 is kind of like annoying, but that is what it is. Like, that's just like the format that they've had for a while. Because, you know, there was time where it was like, you know, like the Goku event, the GT Goku event, the Vegeta event was all the hard stuff, and I was like, that was really long, so they had to switch it, right? You got to keep a healthy balance, I think, is important. Just like the power creep that we're seeing right now is more geared to long form content. You don't know why they didn't. It's just because they had their priorities elsewhere. I don't know. Like the Gohan Cell EZA came out on JP, and then they also did the. It's weird, right? I guess they just didn't deem it necessary. Like, it's a good question. It was a good time for it, and they just decided not to. Because, like, now we're really cooking, because isn't there another Namekian buff that we got? Yeah, the new LR Piccolo EZA, yeah. Because now we have the physical Piccolo going, we have the obviously the Chad Piccolo, the LR, the good one. Let's get that physical Piccolo EZA, we'll get the Nail EZA at some point, and it's like, that team is going to be disgusting. Like, we'll have 2 orange Piccolos running around or something like that. Like, 2 orange Piccolos, a physical Dokkan Fest Piccolo EZA, Nails EZA, the free-to-play World Tournament EZA. How can I farm Super Tech if I say Goku? I want to save Kai's. Incredible Gems, there's literally a gazillion ways to go to farm Super Attack for Super Saiyan Goku. It's the easiest character to farm in the game. I'll show, just hold on. There's so many Super Saiyan Gokus, like, it's really not hard. Yeah, wrong item. Yeah, Super Saiyan Gokus, you essentially never need to use Elder Kaizen, like, ever. Maybe, like, the LR, like, to go from 10 to 20, but, like, there's so many Super Saiyan Gokus in the game that you can farm with. Like, the easy, yeah, of course, yeah, base Goku as well, right? Like, Gokus in general, right? So base Goku and Super Saiyan Goku are very similar. It's like, I don't think there's a base Goku we can buy with Incredible Gems, though. It's like, let's just look, right? Like, in theory, if we wanted to... Let's go over here. So we have 60,000 of these right now. So we wanted to buy Super Saiyan Gokus to farm Super Attack. We could buy 600 Gokus right now to farm Super Attack, right? Like, that would fill up my box and then some, probably. Like, and then there's an easy one to farm right here. Yeah, infinite Super Saiyan Gokus in here. Yeah, it's like, obviously, like, the base form of the event is easy to do, but, like, there's a ton of these in here, right? Like, there's a Yamcha you can farm. Like, Incredible Gems are the most, like, one of the most valuable things to farm, and it's super easy now. because of just like the link leveling stages give them at the same time. So it's like, you know, you can just buy up all the stuff that you need. It's like you could do Vegito completely free to play with these gems and stuff like that. Like it's just very easy now. And it's the same thing with these medals. Like you can buy an infinite amount of Gregories. Like that's huge. Like, these have always been a struggle for people. Because you can also do it with Zenny now, I'm pretty sure too. Like infinite Gregories is insane, right? Like, because I know everyone's been in the slums with that. Like having to get that last Gregory, like running out of Gregories. Like, oh, Krillin or Tien Dokkan Fest. Yeah. A Krillin Dokkan Fest, I wouldn't hold your breath, and it's the same thing with Tien. They just need cracked banner units and free to play treatment and stuff like that, but it's just so tough, right? Like, what you're saying is right. It's just Dokkan usually just doesn't swing that way. Tien is definitely a shafted character, though. I mean, he beat Goku in a world tournament. Like, give bro a card, like, or a unit, whatever you want to call it. Oh no! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait a minute. Ginyu's a significant villain in the Namek saga, bro. Videl is who you're looking for. What they need to do is like make solid banner units for like a celebration like this, right? Where we're doing these openings and then, you know, we do the carnival units and then we have banner units on the side that are like a Krillin or a Tien, and those are like where you get the cracked versions of them. That's how you kill two birds with one stone right there. Do like a Z Fighters team and have like the banner units kind of what they did with Ginyu, right? Where we have Jason Burger and then Raccoon and Goldo. And this all of a sudden you just have like a fully fleshed out team. Like there's like a really decent chance that Cell Max was tech just because of Ginyu. They're like, we are not letting you guys just run in that event with the Ginyu Force and just destroy it. Like, it's most people like to sort by rarity and typing. Comes down to preference. I do like rare hidden potential and rarity, so it's like rainbow LRs are at the top of my like by typing. So like I know a lot of people have like the LRs at the top of their box, but like I can't do it right now. I'm in the middle of a thing, but it comes down to preference. Just like play your global and sync it up. Like just look and see where you want to find it and see what you like. I usually keep mine color coded though, so it's just like I know what I'm looking for. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That guy had a cool title. I think that was for #1. I'm really jealous of the people that got the invite to the fan meetup because the title that you get for that is sick. It's like Kame House and stuff like that. It's so cool. Like, no way I was getting that though. Top 50 in the world tournament? Are you out of your mind? Yeah, no, and yeah, and also people that have like they don't sleep, or people that have like multiple people playing on their account, like on separate settings. Like it'll be like, all right, switch off, your turn to play, bro. Like. Word on the street, that's how some of the top cats do it. Okay. Well, we're easily going to be getting to 200 mil points. Sammy winning tonight, I just don't see it happening. They're not taking the titles off of the Cody and Roman match. Like, it's, to me, it's pretty evident that like they want that Cody Mania moment. Yeah, triple threat would be nice. It just comes down to like the terms that they came with, like then when Cody signed on, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he was promised this match. Like, I remember reading that somewhere. And like Cody's still incredibly over. Like, it's fine, really. It would be annoying if it was like, you know, somebody else, right? Like they like did like Seth Rollins, which even then that would still be a fun match, right? Like just the history with him and Reigns is so good that like even then it would be fine, but like just think of somebody you don't want to see in the main event picture, right? Like they give it to like Theory or something. Like over Cody, that then it would be a problem, right? Best stage to link level for auto clicker? I don't know. I don't have an auto clicker. Although tonight is going to be a whole lot of fun, though. Like, it's just that main event is going to be crazy. Because, like, WWE storytelling lately has just been so good with that. Like, they just, like, they struck a gold mine on accident, right? Yeah, but, like, think about it. They had Drew McIntyre losing Wales, bro. Like, it's gonna be like a screw job, right? Like Sammy's gonna be able to win, and then like it's gonna be like Jay messes him up, or you know. If Sammy wins, that'll be like some like weird circumstance or stipulation that makes him not like take the belts. Because I'd be shocked if they took the belts off of Roman before that match with Cody, right? Like, and like Cody versus Zayn at Mania, like I don't know about that. If you're gonna have Sami Zayn main event WrestleMania, you gotta have it in a triple threat format. As over as he is, that's just like such a risky play. Like, because like if you just take the guy that's been putting butts in seats for like the last 2 years out of the Mania main event, yeah, yeah, of course. But like we've seen it. Like what we're seeing right now is like they literally had like the perfect lineup for it. It was like if there was a time for Reigns to lose, it would have been then, right? Like the first overseas show in 30 years, and they had him kick out of 3 Claymores. Like, come on. I think whatever decision they're going to make, I think is going to be the right one, though. I do trust that the creative team has got this with this story. They've done like just such a good job with this one. Like, they found a way to take like a really tired gimmick and make it the most interesting thing in the business right now. Like, what's more intriguing than this Bloodline story? It's just the parallel. It's just amazing how history repeats itself, though, right? Like it just feels like because it's like, you know, it's just like regular any other entertainment form of entertainment. Like the matches are scripted and stuff, but like you watch it as if you're watching like a progressive series of as time goes over, right? Like because it's because characters like there's because it goes from week to week, right? Yeah, that's what I was trying to like. I was just about to get to that point where I was like, it's amazing how history repeats itself, right? Like we literally saw this a decade ago with Daniel Bryan, where like it's just like, but like the thing is like it's, I don't know, because what's funny is like it's literally the same thing too. Because I remember reading a report that it's like apparently like corporate doesn't see him as like a main event and like for WrestleMania, but they don't have like heel Triple H and Stephanie McMahon running around calling Sami Zayn a B plus player, right? Like well, if you like Roman Reigns because he looks cool, then you'd probably like what's going on right now because he's the face of the company still. Like, and he doesn't have go away heat like he used to because they fixed his character up. But like, it's just like I don't know because they did the Rumble weird this year. Like it was, I'm getting screwed here, but like, I don't know. It was a fun Rumble, but it was very very predictable. Right, with Daniel Bryan and Kofi, right? Yeah, no, I think I would like I would not be surprised at all if Sami Zayn's in the main event, right? Like I'm not saying it's not possible. I just don't think Sami Zayn is going to go in and win this because then that would like, you know, because if he wins and takes the belts, it just messes up what they've been trying to do. Is the payoff for this whole thing just Sammy winning an Elimination Chamber? This feels like the payoff it has to be at WrestleMania, right? And I think if the only way to get the most satisfying payoff is to have make sure that Roman has both the belts for yeah, Royal Rumble's mainstay pay-per-view. It's one of the big ones. But this is also just like I'm a pretty casual fan of it, right? Like I watch it like almost week to week, but like right now it's like really intriguing, so I'm keeping up. But like, you know, take my word with a grain of salt, right? It's just like I don't know. I don't think, like I said, like I think it would be dumb to take the belts off of Reigns before WrestleMania. I see Sammy basically being on the verge of winning and getting screwed tonight. That's what I see happening. If you had to put a gun to my head and say, who do you think is going to do it? I think it's going to be Jay. Because, like, because the other option is, like, because it's still on the table that him and KO fight the Usos at Mania, right? Like, that's not off the table. It's just like, where does WWE want to go? Do they want to do the, you know, Sami Zayn is in the main event, or do they want to do him and KO and night one beating the Usos, and then you just get rid of the bloodline effectively, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't understand. I think like the word with that, from what I've read, is that they wanted Cody to be Mr. Money in the Bank, right? So they just had to essentially get rid of the briefcase. So like, all right, let's just give it to Theory and try and push him because they still want to push Theory, and just have him mess it up, right? And it's like, okay, just waste it on the U.S. title, and now Money in the Bank is gone. We don't have to talk about it anymore. And it's like we also got some good moments, right? Like him trying to cash in at SummerSlam was really cool because it's just like, oh my god, he could do it. And then it was the same thing at Clash of the Castle, right? And then you got like a little Tyson Fury cameo where he punched him. I think they handled it right because like if they wanted Cody to be Money in the Bank, they just essentially deleted it because he didn't have it. Because like, imagine Cody cashing in at like WrestleMania or something. That would be crazy. Just doing what Seth Rollins did, like. I think they took a good out of like they made pretty good out of a bad situation with him tearing his pec though, right? It's like they gave him like a match of the year candidate, and then they obviously like they did like during pay-per-views they made sure that you didn't forget he existed, right? Like he had like a promo video like every pay-per-view. It's like, oh yeah, guys, by the way, Cody's still in rehab, he's coming back. Like comes back, wins the Rumble, and now I'd say it's all but guaranteed he wins the belts at WrestleMania, right? Like I'd be shocked if he doesn't. Yeah, I know WWE is definitely trying to get that overseas appeal as well. Like, without getting into politics, like, they do a show in Saudi Arabia every year, which is like kind of like it's cool, but like at the same time it's like eh. But like, they are trying to like globalize the brand, right? But the thing with the Saudi show is like it's all about the feats and the draw, right? Like Logan Paul was the main event for the Saudi show with Roman Reigns. So it's like, and I'd say like they managed to make it look like for even like a split second that Logan Paul could have beat Roman Reigns, and they did a good job with that. Like Jake Paul crashing it with his theme song or his Everyday Bro song was peak too. That shit was so funny. It's like, who would have thought that song would be like a theme song for a wrestler at some point, even if it was just for like a brief moment. The Simpsons, bro. I'd say in terms of the animated medium, The Simpsons has got to be what, like a top 2 show of all time, like in terms of like popularity and like stuff like that. Like, yeah, no, literally every single American has heard of The Simpsons. Like, it's not like and the prediction thing, I have seen that. It is kind of like uncanny sometimes, but sometimes they stretch it, and sometimes it's just straight up fake. But I know exactly what you're talking about. My predictions: Women's Chamber, Asuka, yeah. I think I'd say it's very, very high chance it's Asuka versus Belair at Mania. Men's Chamber, Rollins or Priest. Yeah, as long as this Judgment Day thing is going on, Damian Priest can win anything, really. Brock versus Lashley. Yeah, I was talking to a friend about this earlier who's like the biggest Brock Lesnar, glazer ever. And I was like, how does a Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt match sound to you, though? I don't know. Finn versus Edge. Yeah, Finn. The main event, I think Roman wins in controversy. I think that's or if Sammy wins, there's some kind of stipulation where he doesn't get the belts. Oh no, did I use an usher? Oh, okay, Curlin's here. Phew. Shout out to Curlin. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I get it. But that's just for future reference, right? Like every American knows what The Simpsons is, so now you know. If you're talking to an American, you don't have to ask them what do you know about The Simpsons. Like, it's a household name. The Simpsons is older than me. I'm 23 and The Simpsons has been going on longer than me, so. Yeah, but tonight should be exciting. I'm glad that, you know, this is as excited as I've been for a pay-per-view in a while. The Royal Rumble, like, usually the Royal Rumble is my favorite just because, like, that match is usually my favorite match in terms of just, like, the format. I just think it's fun, like, when they just, like, spam returns and stuff like that, and they didn't really do that this year. Like, Booker T obviously coming back was cool. Like, it was fun to get it, can you dig it, sucker, and all that, and him doing the spinneroonie, but, you know, not enough. I need more returns than just Booker T, bro. Like, and then obviously Edge coming back, but like I'm talking about the people we haven't seen in years. That's when it's fun, right? Like the issue is they had their moment, right? Like the Edge return a couple years ago, like that's like I don't know if you can get any better than that. Maybe like a surprise with like Cena or something, like really far down the line could be something that we see, or I don't know, right? Like, because it's like it seems likely that Cena's gonna wrestle at Mania, so who knows? I think Roman has a 0% chance of winning the Mania main event anyway. It doesn't matter what format it is. It would have been cool to see him get to 1,000 days, but like I think it's time, right? He's put in the best work of his career. And you know, you can't really much ask for much more in terms of like the redemption that his character arc has went through, in terms of what he's been able to do for the company since the pandemic started. Like, it's a fitting end, right? We lose it to somebody like Cody Rhodes, who the people have been wanting back, and then, you know, it's going to be one of the better feel-good moments, right? Like that promo he had with Heyman like last week or whatever, like that was some emotional stuff. Like you could tell a real side of Heyman had come out at that point, right? Where it's like it was hard for him to stay in character here and all that stuff. Like obviously then he's got to go back and say like you're the, you know, like Roman's the son he wanted or whatever and blah blah blah, but like you could tell that like some real stuff was being said. No, of course not. The Sammy payoff would be cool. Like that'd be a really like that'd be another like really good feel good moment, right? Just because like it would just be like they've just built they built this moment from nothing, right? They're just like, hey, what if we just throw this guy in for fun, and then before you know it, it's like he's gonna be the guy to end this reign. Like that'd be awesome. But I just think that it just seems like the writing's on the wall that it's gonna be Cody, and that's fine. But like the thing is that's very predictable, right? Like I've honestly felt that it's going to be Cody ever since Drew didn't win it, right? Like after he didn't win it in Wales, it was like, oh, okay, it's 100% Cody. If it's not then, like who else could it be, right? So like here, the way I was thinking, it was like if The Rock comes back for Mania, which obviously he's not, but like if he did, then I think Roman would have held the belts on for a little bit. We get to like 1,000 days as the reign or whatever, and then Cody would take it. But like now it's like, okay, they gotta go. Oh yeah, no, yeah, tonight's gonna be a crazy crowd. For sure, for sure. I mean, we already know that, right? Like the Clash crowd was crazy. Like it'll be the same thing, maybe even crazier. Nothing. Just we're just, you know, shooting the stuff, some would say. Like we're just going here. They've done that before, but the Royale format is always just like, you know, over the top rope, right? Because they can't just keep 50 wrestlers in the ring at all times. Like it's not enjoyable to watch because you can't really tell what's going on, and someone could get really hurt and you just don't notice it. And All right, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick while this turn plays out. Give me one moment. Yeah, I think Sammy would be a fine champion. I just don't think it would hold the belts that long. What they need to do, like, so where my problem lies with what they're doing is there's like a 99% chance they don't split the belts, right? I think best case scenario, Sammy and Cody walk away from Mania with a belt, but I just don't see that happening. Like, I think they want this Cody with both belts. Like, not forever, just like that's what they want. Like, that's the moment they want. And I don't see them steering from that, personally. I think Sammy could be like a force, but like I just don't know if we're gonna see like a Daniel Bryan like push again from like from this whole thing, right? Because it's not like they're just forgetting he exists or telling him that he's not good enough. It's just like maybe that's just not the plan. Probably, yeah. Like I said, I would be extremely surprised if Cody didn't walk away from Mania without a belt. And what needs to happen, which is this is very obvious stuff. This isn't a hot take, but we need full timers with the belts, and we also need them to be split. Like this bloodline gimmick has run its course, I think, and this is like we're getting close to the payoff, right? English from anime, huh? Interesting. I'm more of a sub watcher these days, so I can't really say I relate, but I get where you're coming from. Not grammar, but okay, yeah. Yeah, grammar is a whole nother thing, man. That's like the English is like one of the hardest languages to learn, so I'd say it's pretty impressive. I mean, your English is good from what I'm reading here. Like, I'm understanding what you're saying, so it's like because like yeah, like English is one of the, like I think from what I know is the hardest language to learn, right? Like just in terms of like the way it's like to use. I don't know. So my university offered they offer Japanese at this university, so I was like, let me try this, right? And then it was all fun and games until I learned they had 3 alphabets that are all used at the same time, and I was like, okay, hold on. Like, maybe that happens at Chamber where the bloodline just tells Sammy he's a 0. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't think they're gonna let the crowd go home with that. What we need them to not do is what they did with Tyson Fury at Clash, though, where he just comes out and sings for some reason. Because like that was like I'm sure you watched that pay-per-view, but like we thought he was gonna come out and sock Roman in the face. He just started singing like. I also just don't see that happening. I think Jay has too much of a I don't think Jay is like has that much animosity to Sammy, right? I mean, that would be a hell of a payoff if like Jay were to take a belt. That'd be crazy. Just because like that even has like years in the making, right? Of him being like manipulated and, forced to kind of stay, under Roman's wing and all that, and then like he's the one that takes him. Like there's just like so many different options, right? Like it's like you could do something with Jey Uso and it would make sense. You could do something with Sami Zayn. You could do something with Cody Rhodes. There's just so many different things that you can do with this, and it really is exciting because who knows what they're gonna do, right? It's hard for them to mess this up. because there's so many, like almost every scenario that we've mentioned is like, okay, I'm fine with that, right? I think Jay would be the least satisfying, but it's also like, you know, like a finally sticking up for sticking up for himself. Roman Reigns has been the champion for like 3 years, bro. He's like... Yeah, no, I think, yeah, it just depends. Like I said, it just depends on what, like, you know, they want to write him in for, right? Like, do they want to give him a belt, or do they want him and KO to team up and get the tag belts, right? The belts getting split is what we need, though. Just because, like, let's have a championship on Raw and SmackDown. Like, what's the like? We don't like lose anything if it's like that, right? Like, everybody wins if there's like, you know, title matches on both shows, or and like, I don't have a problem with Roman being a part-timer. It's just like him having both belts is really holding him hostage right now, and we don't get to see that many high stakes matches on SmackDown. Where it's like most of the time these matches are just like, all right, qualify for whoever's going to lose to Roman Reigns at a pay-per-view. Like we're finally like reaching, you know, I'd say like Reigns is probably like my favorite in the company right now as well. But like, but it's also like his time is like, you know, it's run its course, right? Like, it'll be interesting to see the character development without the belts. And I just think it's overdue. Like, you know, we've had this, you know, what's he on? Like, he's on like 900 something days. Like, it's time. In this era, like where people get boring, like, or people get bored really fast, like, it's impressive that they managed to have a title run go for 900 days, and just like more people are watching now than ever because of the way they've done this, right? Like, maybe not ever, but you know what I mean. Like right now, like there are a lot of people coming back to WWE, like in terms of like watching. And I mean, like, you know, when they do like a segment to close out a pay-per-view, right? When they do the Royal Rumble and the Royal Rumble's not even the main event, and then they do like a 15-minute segment in the end with no microphones. Like, it's I mean, that ending to the Royal Rumble is some of the best stuff I've seen in a very long time. Who's your favorite female wrestler right now? That's a good question. Probably, That is a good question. Probably Bailey. Am I going to be rooting for today? It doesn't really matter. I'm rooting for the best possible outcomes. The stuff that makes me want to come back, right? I'm rooting for the spectacle, right? Give me a Lesnar moment to write home about. Lesnar and Lashley is going to be a lot of fun. Give me a main event that doesn't piss me off. We'll be fine, right? I think it'd be really cool if Sammy won that match. I just don't see it. I think they're going to do a really good job, though, of conveying it's like, oh, he could have it, right? Like, I mean, just think about it, right? Like, I can probably put 2 and 2 together there, but we'll just leave it at that. Like, but yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, is this the ideal payoff for this Sami Zayn thing? That's like the question to me. In Montreal, absolutely, but if we're just talking like the big picture, right? Like forget the try and take like the emotional factor of it being in Montreal out of it, and just think about it, right? Like, is Elimination Chamber the time where we want Roman to lose the belts? And if you think yes, then all the power to you, right? Like, the fact that it's in Montreal makes it very interesting. It's a person-to-person type of thing, in my opinion. There are a lot of people who are like hypercritical of grammar, but usually it's just like just to piss people off. In a medium like this, no, I don't care. But like, grammar is absolutely important in schoolwork. Also, commas are kind of important, right? Yeah, I don't know. I can absolutely see it. Well, not that I should reword that. I would not be shocked if it happened. I just don't think it will. There's a certain screw job that happened in a certain place, and they're going back there. Hey, Toasted, how you doing? Like the Montreal screw job too? I think that's possible. I think everything is on the table. I think that's the best way to put it. Whatever gets us to that triple threat match at Mania I think is what I want. Because Roman versus Cody feels too predictable. I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. There are a lot of people in this local rank. 400? Pretty sure I got a huge chokehold on it, though. I'll have to look. I might have 100 million on the next closest guy. We'll see. Right, no, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like a screw job, and then like... Yeah, exactly, and then that leaves people not satisfied and wanting more, right? I think that's probably the best case scenario, really. Sammy getting screwed out of the win, I think, is what we want. In terms of long-term stuff, if you want, like, the in-the-moment payoff, you take Sammy winning, right? But if you want continuity and you want, like, it to carry over into the Mania season, I think that's the way to do it. Because, like, but then there's also, like, the other side of that. It's like, if it's not Zayn and Owens who take the belts from the Usos, like, who is it? Because it's not the Brawling Brutes, and it's not like do we want maybe the Judgment Day? But like, there's 4 of them. Yeah, you're good. All right, so let's just quickly check the local rankings. I have not watched MHA. How long will World Tournament go? It's up for 18 more hours. Oh yeah, local. Yeah, he's not catching me. Okay, local 1 is secured. What about? I got one guy on the friends list going crazy. He is 17th right now. Jeez. Minato slacking a little bit. Toasted, since I know you're here, Guitar said this would be his first World Tournament on JP. Let's check the friends list to see if he's played. Oh, look at that. Still hasn't, by the way. It's been well over 24 hours at this point. Nah, this isn't that bad. It's really not. Like, it's just like, if you go in with the mindset that, like, this is hell, this is horrible, it just makes it, like, 3 times worse. You just gotta treat it like you're link leveling. Just keep going. Eventually it'll be over. That was a mean transition on this. And you probably haven't lost a second of sleep at night over it. Yeah, last World Tournament I went like super casual, but I didn't get any of the titles, and I was like, I want some of the titles. So I'm just trying to grind to the point where I think I'll just get top 1K no matter what. So it's like, I can put it down for a while and then like check it tomorrow morning. And it's like, so long as I play before like 8, I'll be fine, right? It's like if I gotta grind out like 10 more just to secure top 1K, I'm fine with that. Titles for top 1 local? I don't think so. I just want a couple of them, right? Like, I want to get the top 1,000 one. Because I don't think there is one for top 500, but it's going to be tough to make a top 500. Like, that's just like, you probably got to get like 250 mil or something like that. I want to know what this would get me if I was playing global, though. Let me pull up Ningin's Twitter real quick, because he tweeted his like World Tournament performance. I think he had like 141 wins, and I want to see where that finished him at. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Oh, he tweets a lot. This could be a problem. I'll find it. I'm a committed man. Come on. I'm getting close. Oh, am I tripping? Maybe I am. Yeah, no, Yuha had a crazy ability. That's it was going to take a lot of plot to win against him, and that's ended up being the case. Yeah, so 134 mil on the last one. Yeah, so okay, got it. They said 100. Here we go. The Hell Arc. No, isn't that just like a one-shot chapter right now? But anyway, yeah. So he said he played for 12 hours and got to top 100 overall in global. Yeah, I read that. It was just kind of cool to see everybody, but I don't really know if I'm gonna make too much of that. Like. Kubo said he doesn't like writing when he's forced to, so we'll see. I just don't want it to be like a case where his son becomes the main character and then Ichigo's just like running around as a dad being tired like Sasuke is. I don't want to see him get butchered like that. Money talks, though. That's all there is to it, right? Well, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Careful with spoilers, by the way. I'm not saying you spoiled anything, but just keep that in mind. Might be someone here who hasn't read the manga. Yeah, that's just not his character, though. It's like the same thing with people that were like, I wanted him to become a captain. It just wasn't his character. It's not what he wanted to be. Like, yeah. He did not want to be like authority in the Soul Society. He just wanted powers to protect people. Like, it's a pretty simple concept. Like, I shouldn't have done that. Whoops. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I'm not gonna reset, but it'd be a very split crowd. Probably Cody. I don't know though. Maybe Sammy. I needed an additional right here. I just like messed up bad. Not bad, but yeah, it's fine. Nice. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of expanded stuff, and I think that there's going to be some of that in the anime, but like it's tough to say if they do a lot. Because there's just like so many questions that the ending of the Thousand Year Blood War leaves us with. It's possible, dude. I don't know, man. Like it's I'm just going in with the assumption that Cody's winning both of the belts, and that's about it. And then whatever else happens is whatever else happens. No, I'd be very upset if they changed the ending. No reason to. They could add additional stuff for it, but I think the core fundamental, I think the endings stay the same. You could make it more detailed or whatever, but like changing anything about it, I don't think there's a reason to. I'd say that the series ends with some decent closure. Like obviously there's a lot of questions, but like if you're talking about like at least what like the MC's up to and all that, like it just depends on how much like you care about the side characters, right? Like because like you know what Chad's up to, you know what Uryu's up to, you know what Ichigo's up to, you know what Orihime's up to, Rukia, Renji, all them, like it's yeah, exactly. I'm hoping it's Shinji or Grimjo. That's fine. Am I at a 30 yet? Oh yeah, I only need 25. Okay. I still thought I had to do 30 more. You see, we're getting there. Yeah, I mean, just let him stack it like attack and defense on both super attacks rather than just like the 18 key. Like he just has to be like a lot of what Gohan is like right now, where he has guard and also can build up decently quick. And then we're cooking. Because Buhan could be crazy. Problem is like it's a slippery slope as well, because if you make that Buhan like invincible, he's also doing a lot of healing too, so. But it's a PvE game, so make him as busted as you want. Who cares, right? Between him and Frieza, no way. Frieza was crazy, bro. Goku just had like a better link set in categories, but like if we're just talking about like just who was the better unit, I'd say it's probably Frieza. Because the debate between the best unit in the game at that time was UI Goku and Full Power Frieza. And then the 7 years just came and said, all right, bye-bye. Yeah, no, of course that's good, but, you know. A lot, like, if you just think about the content in the game at the time, there wasn't really that many Frieza bosses in the game as well where you could get that guaranteed crit. Like, it doesn't matter if you're stacking defense on your 12 key when, like, all the Goku enemies in the game are just dead. Like, those guaranteed crits on, like, the whatever, like, 10 million attack stats he was, like, ripping off, like, it was crazy. Probably just because he's in a better situation, but like that's inevitable. Like Saiyan units will usually age better. Like even then though, like full power Frieza is just like who knows? Like Maybe we get like one of those like super class red zones where there's a lot of Goku fights, and all of a sudden he just sees like a resurrection, right? Where he's just like really good again. Okay, okay. All right. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. Sleep well. All right. Had to adjust my headset. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are, I wouldn't say we're at the home stretch yet, but we're getting there. I mean, like, before you know it, we're going to be at like 185, and it's like, oh, we only got 15 more, and that's really not that bad. Like, I'm really going to feel like we're done when we reach, like, when we get to like 190, that's when I'll be like, okay, we're really at the home stretch now, right? Like, 190 is like, that's just not that bad. And like I said, I think 200 wins is going to be like my hard like grind cutoff. And then if I wake up tomorrow and I got to do like a little bit more grinding to make sure I stay in top 1,000, I'll do that. But like, you know, just going back and forth, like just like not stopping. Like that's after I hit 200, I think I'll be good, right? Because like I'm not moving up at all in the ranks, like at all. Like I've been at this for like 2.5 hours, and like I went from like 590 to like 420. Like one of the things that makes it easy to grind this world tournament is like when you're grinding at the beginning and it's just like, oh, this is so easy. Like I'm just like going from 10,000 to 6,000 to 3,000, and then it's like, and you start reaching the top ranks, you're like, I am barely moving. Let me set something up. Yeah, so you guys, okay, we should be good like this. Ooh, I saw that coming. Who did he not kill? Oh, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, huh? That's convenient. Krillin's got me, though. What in God's name is this OST? This has got to be like a menu music or like a board theme. Like, what in the world is this? I promise you this is part of the Dokkan mix I downloaded. This has got to be the global theme. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse right here, man. I don't know. It goes kind of stupid though. I think we just crossed 190, 190 million. So that means probably within the next 10, we'll have 200 million points. I feel like I'm being trolled right now with this. I don't... This cannot be a unit OST. There's no way. Thank you. Goodness me. What in the world was that? You see, I did the smart thing this time and ate before the stream. Maybe that's what's making this easy. Because the stream I did yesterday, I was like, you know, ready to eat breakfast. And I'm like, all right, I'm trying to, like, I was itching to get off and go eat. But now I'm just chilling. It's like, I'll be done when I'm done. I'm telling you, if you just got rid of these prelims, this mode would be so much more bearable. Like, I think that's the next step. Like, let's get rid of these prelims. And then we're cooking. It's not perfect, but we're getting there. Would save so much time if we didn't have to do 4 fights at the beginning. Like, an astronomical amount of time. I mean, that's really, like, at the end of the day, like, especially with, like, these modes, it's just the time commitment that it takes is just what's such a pain about it, right? Like, it's not that this is hard or, like, it's just a, like, a test of willpower more than anything else, right? Like, how much of this can you take? Usually the philosophy I go with World Tournament is, like, I always try and do better than, like, what was the best I've done? All right, let's go and try and do better than that. And without a doubt, I have done that. Because I think my best is like 150 mil points or something like that. So I'm blowing this one out of the water. So I'm like, all right, what will happen if I give it my all? Let's see what will happen. Let's see how well I can do. And even then when I say I'm giving it my all, I'm also like, that's with a hard cutoff. Like... Like 200 mil points is good for me for now. And not 200 mil points, but 200 wins, like I'm fine with that. Then, like I said, reevaluate when I wake up after whatever, right? Like, eventually. At some point we'll be cooking. When that is, I don't know. I won't be cooking, right? I think if you could just stay locked in, it's not too bad, right? I'm also just doing mental gymnastics to get through this. Like, just positive reaffirmation or whatever the word is, right? Like, it's like, you got this, bro. You're the best. You can do it. When in reality, it's just like, I'm so ready to be done with the World Tournament. But we've got a huge chokehold on the guy below us, so we're chilling. Like, by the time I'm done with this stream, we'll have like 140 million on the guy below me. So, in other words, local one is secured. That's you know, the mental gymnastics I got to take right now, just to be like, yep, we are making it very, very, very unlikely that someone is going to catch us. Like, if I get past, they deserve it. that's like, because they probably played more than I did. Like, but considering there's already under 24 hours and the guy's got to win like, you know, probably like 130 tournaments, like, I don't know about that, bro. And that's the thing, right? Like, I get on and see someone's catching me, I'm just gonna go back to it. Like, yeah, so like last night when I stopped playing, I was at rank 200. Like, overall, I think it was 203. But it is really tough. Like, these, I am not moving much anymore. How are we looking on items? 250 of these, 1,500 of those. Yeah, these ghost ushers are starting to run, right? And then, how many fruit for the tree am I? We have 470. Okay, I got plenty. No, I made the same thing twice. It was on this input. There we go. Eventually. All right, let's open this bad boy up. It is a quiet afternoon, huh? Trying to find the money time to stream. I'm not sure when it is yet, but like with World Tournament, it was just like whenever I was ready, I had to run a couple things in the morning, and then whenever I was done with all that and ready to go, I was like, I'm gonna go live, right? It's tough to gauge an audience for like when the best time is, right? Like it's not like a just a flip it on and know exactly when it is, right? Like it's tricky. Because like if I go live at like 8 a.m., it's like 1 p.m. for like UK people, but like it's also very early in the morning for like US based, right? And it's like I was like, let me try this like 11 p.m. Or like 12 p.m. Afternoon, and we'll see how that goes. All right, one moment. I'm gonna let this turn play out. I'll be right back. I forgot about the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks OST. I know this one when I hear it. Gotta put my headphones on the charger. I can taste 180. We're over the halfway point on this this stream in specific, because I was at 156 when I started. But I put on the turbo mode now. We're going. It's time to lock in. Problem with locking in though is I gotta try and talk at the same time too, because we gotta be entertaining here at the same time, right? World Tournament, there's only so much going on. It's like, oh yeah, there's another AoE. You guys like AoEs? I like AoEs. Not really, because AoE units just get gimped. They did a good job with this Gohan though, huh? Give him a conditional AoE. Maybe it's a tad too early. I don't know. Let me transition this to... Finals time. Woohoo. Okay, so it should still be running for you guys. And then what I want to do is this. I want to switch over to this. There we go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this guaranteed crit that Piccolo is doing is like crazy. It's just, it makes it so much easier, right? It's one of the best units for sure for farming World Tournament, like as a friend support, because you still have like the high team cost for you. This is one of those situations actually where Broly isn't going to be that good. There's no Saiyans on the other team. Oh no, there's Broly. Never mind. All right, word. I somehow let that Broly slip, but otherwise it's I was looking around and I was like, where's the Saiyans? Here we go. Here we go. It's, I do not know. I'm like nervous about these. I already did the math. I'm not gonna run out, but like, we are playing with fire on these. What's the word? These ghost ushers. Like I might be under 100 when this tournament is over. Like, that's a genuine possibility. It's kind of crazy. Next tournament, I might actually have to go back to doing the low points but speedier setup. Yeah, it's like that. I mean, that setup is good. I don't know. I feel like it's just this one is better. The items do slow you down though, but it's like I gotta get as many points as possible with these 200 wins. That's why I'm doing this. It's like I could easily just go to Jocko and Chaozu, but I don't know how many more points I'd be losing out on. Surely the math exists, I just don't know it. It's like, if the trade-off was like just for running that was better, I'd be like, okay, word, let's do it. But I just don't know. Like, Ooh, no. Broly might not die yet. Smart. That's why I gotta pay attention. That could have been disaster. I've narrowly avoided disaster a couple times during this stream. There was one run earlier where I survived the prelims with like 6k HP. Could have been a mess, if you will. Let me make sure I'm not missing out on anything here in 1 minute. No, we are good. This is a very quiet afternoon. Like, my timeline on Twitter is dead. Like, the Discord chats I'm in are dead. Like, it's quiet, man. It's Saturday, right? I'm not tripping. Like, yeah. Quiet afternoon. Maybe people got errands they gotta do. Who knows? Hey, bonus chance. It's been a while since we've seen one of those, huh? I am very, very excited to see this LR Piccolo EZA though, like in action, right? I've already started the process for his link leveling. I wasn't ahead of time on that one, unfortunately. It's the same thing with Jackie Chun. I was finally able to awaken them this tournament and get them from, you know, TUR to LR. So, you know, I managed to get that done. So now we got 3 in LRs. We got a link level at the same time with Gohan. We got Jackie Chun and we got Piccolo. So a lot of fun stuff going on over here. A whole lot of busy work. All right, so that was win number 180. So we are officially at 20 to go. That's not that bad. It really isn't. Like 20 isn't terrible. And I don't know if I'm gonna, like I've been saying, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna finish it in this stream yet or not, but we'll see. Depends how things go. It's just like, it's just these prelims at this point just feel like such a gauntlet, right? Like, I was looking at the studio app on YouTube, like for the stream where it's at, where I would end it. I panicked for a second because it was like the quality on like the little video up in the top right was 144p. I'm like, wait a minute, have I been streaming at 144p? Like, surely my PC can handle a little bit more than that, but you know. We are good. Crisis averted. That could have been something, we'll call it, right? Like, oh my god, that would have been so bad. Alright, there we go. One more. Yeah, you're mine. Let's go. There we go. All right. That's one less prelim I gotta do. Just want to make sure. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, we'll be within the top 400 here very, very soon. Within, like, at least I'd say like the next 3 or 4, we'd be like, you know, 398, 399. Like I said, I move up like barely any. Like if I do advance a couple ranks, it's like 4 or 5 at a time at this point. But I'm not worried about top 400 anything like that. So. Yeah, I was gonna say we got to get those in orbs there. The rest doesn't matter. go. At least this is a good animation, right? I guess the only downside to it, though, is that, like, there's, like, that little bit of, like, a delay in between, right? Because, like, compared to, you know, STR Piccolo, it's just like boom, 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 boom. But, you know, with, like, the Vegeta, it's more like boom, boom, boom. It's like, you know, you gotta wait a second. Oh, yeah, see? Like I said, so 395. So, yeah, we moved up 13 spots, I think, or was it 8? I don't, were we 403 or 408? I think we were 408. Yeah, so now, within the next 20 wins, I'd say, I don't know, I mean, let's be optimistic. We'll say maybe we move up 70 spots. Maybe by the end of the stream, we're at 2 something. And then, again, like, the cutoff point is in, like, the top 200. I'm feeling good about that. Because then I can put it down for a while, and then when I get back, I probably won't be under 1K. And that's what I'm aiming to do here. Because I want to finish top 1,000. That's the goal. So I'm basically just trying to secure that in one sitting here. We haven't been live too long, so like 3 hours, like I was expecting that. I think the math was like 4 more hours. Not 4 more, but 4 hours like total. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be here till 6. Like that's not happening. Not like in terms that I can't do it, but it's just not gonna take that long. Like it doesn't take 4 hours to do 10 tournaments or whatever we're at now. So I think we're at what, like 18 more after this one, or 17 more now. Like it just doesn't take that long. Oh boy, oh boy. I wonder who cooked this mode up, really. I mean, that's like they're just like, I guess they were thinking like, how can we make people go insane? And they're like, this is how we're gonna do it. This is the answer right here. But I mean, look, I mean, we're closing in here on 200 million points like very soon. Like we're, you know, 5 in. So yeah, 181. I thought I was at 182. See, I'm already counting 1 ahead. So yeah, we have 18 more after this one. Another bonus chance though. We'll take that for sure. This is just like such non-engaging gameplay. It's so hard to talk about it. Like I'm trying here. It's just like every turn is the same, right? Or it's just like I do an AoE and then I do another AoE and then I pop a Ghost Usher if there's attacks in slot 1 and then I do another AoE, right? Like when I played the Red Zone stream, there was like it was always something different, right? But just with this, it really is tough. But we're gonna get through it, and that's the goal here. Or that's, you know, it's gonna happen. Ooh, another bonus chance. It's the inevitable, the Saiyan Day predictions part, right? It's coming up soon. Don't worry about it. Now I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time. Give me a Dragon Fist Goku. That's what I want. It's not gonna happen, but that's what I want. Oh, is this gonna kill? I hope that this ends up clearing the board here. I think because they're all URs, it'll be a clear though. Oh yeah, that crit with the, oh yeah, we're good. Okay. Look at that, critting all the STR enemies, you dog. He's got the dog in him. There you go. Don't have to worry about taking an attack if you crit everybody. Okay, so yeah, now we're at 182, so we got 18 more. Gunning for 183. Yeah, in the prelims, that's more than enough. This will take care of business. Shout out to whoever's hanging out. Let me know how your day's going. If you, with the, you know, this world tournament stuff ain't a joke. You'll get bored as can be over here, man. I'll tell you what. The next stream that we do will be way more exciting, I promise. We'll be sure to get out of this world tournament realm. There we go, another prelim down, baby. Yeah, we'll so it'd be interesting to see how much if we move up at all after this, like, or how much like more we move up. And that's like kind of what I'm interested in seeing at this point. Or it's like, I don't know, after 17 more wins, I'm not really feeling like we're gonna move up that much. I don't really know if there's a huge difference between, you know, 194 million or whatever we're at and that 200, but so I'd have to, I'll look again. I don't even know how many points we have at this point. I think it's like 194, but like, because then we can easily just do the math, right? Because what I usually do is just say like, okay, we'll just assume every tournament you're going to win 1 mil, right? So I think it's going to be, like, we'll be at what? Like 217 when we're done, roughly? Or maybe not even 217, like 211? Which I'd say is pretty good. Like, that's far and away my best score ever in a world tournament. So, I mean, we're already, like, well past that, so that's good. Yeah, so we're at 196, and we got 17 to go, so we're going to be at 213 when we're done, roughly. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. pretty good. It's just like once you get through the prelims, it's easy. It's just getting through those damn prelims, man. That's the tough part. Like after that, it's pretty easy, honestly. Like we only got like 17 of those to go, so it's chill, I guess. I don't know, 18 of them, I think. But once we get there, we're good for sure, for sure. And I don't really, yeah, like what sucks is I don't like have any summons I can do or anything. Like it's just kind of like we're in this weird limbo, right? Not much your boy can do, unfortunately. Just about getting through it, right? We're gonna get there, though. You, me, whoever's here. That's right. You're gonna be here when we get there. That's what, you know, you could say you were here when the fateful moment arrived. Alright, someone is ripping outside. Alright, there we go. It's either a loud engine or a siren. That's just always how it is. No, of course. Of course, the tech enemy was the one in the front. Had to waste an usher. Or the AGL one, rather. Every time. Pouring some water here. That's what you're hearing. We staying hydrated. We staying motivated. This is raw adrenaline at this point. This is basically the equivalent of skydiving when you think about it. Like, you know what I mean? Adrenaline junkies love World Tournament. There we go. All right. One more prelim down, baby. You're just gonna keep saying it. 373, huh? Maybe we'll be at the same spot again, like in the 200s. Excuse me. I think we're gonna finish this one up and then we're gonna call it there. It's just a little quiet, you know what I mean? But we will be wrapping this up soon. So let's finish this tournament and then I'll kind of just like finish this off camera. I think is gonna be the strat here. I don't want to, you know, if I'm not gonna be, if I don't got mad jokes, then I don't want to. There's not much going on here, so let us wrap this bad boy up here. Of course the game crashed. Good timing, right? I did not say this stream would end when I hit it, so I'm good. Said the push. How many wins did we do? I started off at 156, so like 30 something, like a little under 30 on camera. That's basically like a missions grind on stream, so good enough. Can just do the rest at my own pace here, and then we'll, you know, I'll probably be done soon, but who knows? Might just go quicker that way, alright? Oh, Selden finished the job. Come on, man. You scallywag, you. Is this the finals coming up here? Yes, it is. All right, so yeah, 184. So we did 38, 28 on stream. No, not you. Another car is going by. Going rogue out here. All right. If you haven't left a like on the stream already, please do before you head on out here. It would be greatly appreciated, and it does help me out. And if you have been here since the beginning, I do appreciate your time as well. You know, it's just kind of a way to make this World Tournament grind go by a little bit easier, just to hang out for a bit. So we will probably be back later in the week in terms of live content, but you can expect the video coming out soon. Debating what we want to do, probably something with like the World Tournament rewards, something like that. We shall see. But that's all I got for you guys in this one. We're chugging right along here, basically at 200 million points. Hopefully should be enough to get us where we want to be in this World Tournament. So appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.